I think, and who would cover up for that? And is there a whole old boys network or similar that does this? And you would know, we have Indiana playing, we have Popcorn Indiana, and we have Air India going down. So I would connect those things in a linguistic way and wonder, like, is there some weird system? Like, there's tons of Air India planes, I totally get it, but we have Popcorn Indiana, sorry. That's the same to me at this point. So anyway. We'll go this way. Today, this is the heart of the Gayborhood-ish here as we walk east from Broad Street, which is 14th Street, number 14. And of course, oh, here's a new one, an interesting one. Trump went to see Les Mis, or Les Miserables, a French Revolution play, musical, if you will, however they do it. And his birthday is June 14, and 14 can be seen, it's in Philly, it would be Broad Street, and also the court system. Now, he went to see Les Miserables like a night or two nights ago, I guess, at the Kennedy Center of Performing Arts. Now, say someone turned your world upside down and they tortured you to death, but they made it seem like they were out to get you and would fabricate, and you would wind up sort of in a heap of trouble because they made you look like a pedophile, they made you look like a terrorist, they made you look like a tax evader as if you had lots of money. So all of that messaging can play into an invisible attack upon someone who lives in fear every day because they get the messaging. It is actually transmitted and sent to them. It's not a schizophrenic, delusional thing. It is actually a system that people actually use to communicate amongst themselves, or they use it for harassment. We know this person will think this, that, and the other because we put them on the program to get that type of messaging sent through, or implication. Like, they would see the implications. Other people don't. You spend your lives, trying to live your life, and you don't really see all these nuances and innuendo all the time. So, guy with a wallet chain still trying to puppet people on the streets. Grease is the word, is the hair. Musicals here, AIDS Library of Philadelphia. I say musicals here, it's theater-ish here in the Gayborhood, of course. It's not just a stereotype, it's an actual fact. This is the theater district and the Gayborhood all interlocked and linked together. I knew someone who had coffee or ice cream with me once many years ago, and she's like, oh, you go to the 12th Street gym, huh? And I was like, yeah, I needed to keep active in some way. This is eons ago. 12th Street gym doesn't exist any longer. But she also said, oh, a lot of people, it's like theater there. A lot of people love the theater. So I was like, I wonder why she emphasized theater so much. Maybe people learned how to carry out theater wherever they go. In New York, it can seem kind of normal. You're on a subway and everyone's in character. Oh, I'm rehearsing for the part of, Dolly Parton or whatever, so I go, and people are used to rehearsing. Philly's not as much that way. We do and don't have, deep theater, if you will. But it's different here. It's more of an attack as opposed to a rehearsal. So it's hard to explain. Scouts on the street out here. Wondering who's on Market, who's on Locust, who's on Chestnut, who's on Walnut. Just picked up on some scouting. Say it like it is, folks. That's all, folks. When's the show over? And people start getting real as opposed to living their whole lives being a show. Which often involves, you know, trying to outdo people. Okay, we'll go up here. Quince Street. It's next to 1111, the Telegraph Building, behind Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan is this yellowish beigeish color building here. This street, you know, also very much part of the Gayborhood, is home to the bike stop, which is up here, you know, a little bit. And the bike stop bar is, you know, home to, I think still, the bear community. So we have a bear, you know, community in the LGBT community. It's usually heavyset men with beards. They would be called bears, endearingly. But they do other things here. It's bike, leather, all that kind of stuff. So that's the bike stop. Next to Hollywood, and then upside down Hollywood. Maybe it's the underground Hollywood Spa. Wink, wink, wink. So, anyway. To be part of the underworld, to be part of, you know, quote-unquote subcultures, although the Gayborhood, the LGBT community, I don't know if it's still considered a subculture. You know, it's gotten right, you know, technically, you know, I've been part of the LGBT community. I identify with no community whatsoever at this point in time because I was tortured so badly, so I don't really have a group, but I'm like an independent at this point. I was tortured so badly by so many different people that it's like, who's in the Gayborhood who shouldn't be there? It's not me. Like, I'm a pretty benign person who is just like everybody else, looking for love, looking for companionship, looking for even just friendships with people who didn't fit into the status quo. You know what I mean? I am surprised that people in the Gayborhood are very successful in 9-to-5 jobs, because the whole point is you don't fit into the status quo, and that's very status quo. I truly, authentically did not fit into the status quo. So I'm wondering who's really part of the Gayborhood and who isn't. Done. Drop the mic. Mic drop. So anyway, I don't identify with anything because of how badly I was targeted, tortured. We are talking invisible psychological warfare out the ASS. But anyway, whatever I was saying about Bike Stop Island. Oh, subculture. I think because the LGBT community fought for rights and actually got them, healthcare benefits, same-sex marriage, the whole 9 yards, then it's like, in a way, they're not, I don't see them as much of a, or that community as much of a subculture any longer. But I guess you could look at it like there's the World Wrestling Federation or what have you, and they, yeah, technically that's a subculture, but there's a lot of money in that group. People made a lot of money because people were willing to come